What's going on, everybody? Travis with RAC Garage, and today, well, this week, can't say today because I'm not doing dailies anymore. This week, we got some stuff going on. I gotta call a guy, make sure I can bring that down to blasting. Gotta finish up this hood. I got most of the dents out of this thing, as you can see. It's looking pretty good. Now I just gotta continue this bead down to the end here. So I'm making a die for that, and that's kind of what's gonna go on in the beginning of this video. I'm gonna take this little piece of angle, cut it up in 4 pieces, cut them further, and then weld it together and make another different version of these. So I can make quick dies, slap them in the holder, tighten it up, and go. But make them out of wood. And yes, you can make sheet metal dies out of wood if you're making 1 piece, 10 pieces, you know, small runs of stuff. You can cut your profile out of wood. I have some over here, I believe. No, that's this guy. So I got a little curve like this. It's made out of wood. Used it a few times. This guy, same thing. Nice body detail. It works. So I got a few more blanks in here. So I don't know what happened to my other one. So I know I had one. So I'm just gonna make it out of angle. You know, because I was going to make it out of tubing. Tubing's a lot easier. You find one that fits your size of wood that you got, that you're going to use most often. And then you just, you know, rip it in half, rip it in whatever, and then you got little C-channel sections of that tubing that this fits right into. But I'm going to have to do it the hard way. And of course, I don't have any welding gas. So I just called my guy and see if he could drop off a bottle. Haven't heard from him yet. So hopefully that can happen today. If not, I'll have to prep many different things, and then tomorrow morning I'll just be welding like crazy. But so yeah, I got this all marked out. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, a couple lines there. Cut that out. It's gonna sit in there. Obviously after I cut it, this angle's way too big, but I'll make it work. And then I will also have to bring down the side profile, drill a couple holes through it, and I'll probably through bolt everything. So I'll put the wooden dies in the machine in those 2 holders, kind of clamp it down with the machine, drill through the wood through the holes I put in the holders, and that'll be its location. Slap a couple 1/4-inch bolts through there. Bob's your auntie. So let's get going. Cut this up, you know, rip it. I can even MIG weld this. I got no problem with that. But sheet metal stuff I really don't want to MIG weld, so I'll be able to weld this together. It's not gonna be pretty, but whatever. All right, so I got 2 of the pieces cut to size, and they are clamped to the piece of wood to keep its width, and you know, it's a little space in there for the MIG weld to go, and that's gonna be my channel that this wood goes in. So this is my little setup for now, since I'm, you know, I use my welding table as a car table. So yeah, I guess it's just gonna weld it together. That's it. A few tacks. I don't know if I'm gonna fully weld it. Yeah, I probably will. No, I'm not gonna. Because when I put the base on, I don't know. I'll probably just weld it. What the heck? Like 2 seconds. Done. Nice tight fit. That's what I want. Yeah, that's fine. So now we'll do the same thing again. Bandsaw it down. I'm going to cut some off the top of this also, because it's a little too tall. Once this goes in it like that, I'm only gonna have that much space. Sorry, I'm only gonna have that like a little bit on the top for a profile, and I want like that much. So there'll be some cutting. So hot still. You guys like my new welding table? Doubles as an engine hoist. I've been doing more welding on it than I have hoisting. Okay, so got them here. I only have the bolts sticking through. I think it's gonna be fine. I hope they don't rattle out. And I'm just gonna send it, I think. You know, get a little parting line in here just to know where I'm going. Hopefully the die will follow it. Maybe a little more. Wood dies. See if this is the same as the car. I can already see it looks pretty damn close. Yeah, that's exactly it. Cool. So now all I gotta do is, you know, pick up the size, punch it out, trim the edges. So I'm gonna do one long side and a short side, just because I made the die so wide. I guess I could cut it, but I want to leave it just in case, like, I want to put a section in a hood and, like, you know, I want extra, you know. I don't want to have to make it this big. So I am on this car because, actually, maybe not. I can fill in these holes without it. It's the same amount of welding. I'll just be cutting out more. And I want to cover that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me figure it out. But that looks good. And, you know, wood dies. You get nice finishes. It's obviously going to get soft lines. You're not going to get any crisp edges, but this does not have any crisp edges, so we're in luck. All right, so this is working out good. I got a curved to match the curvature of the hood, pretty much. This is holding it up, so it's about where it's got to go. But I got to put a pause on this because this is leaving tomorrow. Just got a call from Dano. So just put the hood back on. Andy primed it. I know he didn't use the same primer as here, but I don't know, he's a painter. He decided to use this stuff. I don't know. So I'm gonna make this fit. I stole this from this 36, but I'm gonna buy another one to replace it. But because, you know, this is leaving tomorrow and I forgot to do one of these. So I need to come in here and figure out how this has got to go. It's obviously hitting the transmission. I got some space below it, so I need to figure out how much I need to cut out of there and either make another piece or modify what I got here. So I think first thing I'm going to do is measure from here over to the transmission on both sides, see how much room I got here and how much I need to cut out of here, because I think I'm going to do that. I'll probably just cut some of this flange off and try and shape the metal that I got into position, because, you know, I got the material there. I should be able to just smash it and put it in the position, or, you know, actually I might just make another piece, because I think I'm going to go straight up from here instead of how this goes like in a bunch. Probably just going to extend it to here. I'll probably just do that from here up and there up, just make a huge bulge and just connect it to here. All right, so I've been a little busy working on the trans tunnel thingy, doghouse. So I took the front off, took this area here because it was the same plane as this, and linear stretched it on the power hammer and brought that material up to meet up with this guy, which is another angle. So everything clears now, but I think I have another problem. I got too much room up here, and I think it's gonna get in the way of like whatever pedal setup he wants. So I want to get as close to the transmission everywhere as possible. So, you know, he's got options here. So what I did now, so I did that quick. I was able to MIG weld, you know, MIG tack it together. That's fine for now. Probably grind down the tacks. Buzz it up quickly in the morning before he shows up. Hopefully he can prime it. So what I did now, I got this guy and I bent a 90, just under 90 degrees. Well, I bent the flange just under 90. I didn't bend the 90. So I'm gonna stretch that. So this would become a curve this way going over the transmission, and this will meet up with, you know, the other stuff I got going on here. So transmission tunnel is going to go like this, the part I linear stretched, the part I made, and then it's going to flatten off a bit, and then it's going to hit the firewall here. So I've got some stuff to do. Let's jump on the planishing hammer and stretch this flange, because I don't want to use the power hammer, because as you can see, there's quite a bit before it touches, and I'll only squish the edge, and that's not going to work out very much. If it was a big flange, it'd be perfect to do it on this, but since I'm doing it such a tiny 3/4 flange, linear stretch dies in the, oops, there it is, planishing hammer, it's going to be the one. So let me set that up and let's get smashing. All right, so I just went to grab some lunch. It's Taco Tuesday, so you know what the deal is. Get some tacos. You got a spot down there, $1 tacos on Tuesdays. You can't beat that. You just can't beat it. Dano is going to be coming and picking this bad boy up and dropping off his next project, which will be really cool. I don't know if it's going to be cooler than this one, but it's going to be rad. So, you know, this thing's obviously a fan favorite. Me being the fan. Yeah, killer. Dude, this thing is rad. So, I got him coming. I got next customer coming. Say hello, check out the shop. I got Kelly coming. It's gonna be pretty busy around here, so don't know how much work I'm gonna get done the rest of the day, but we'll see. I did get this trans tunnel primed. I didn't go crazy and like finish it because he doesn't have any pedals yet. There's nothing there, so I'm not gonna like fully flesh out this trans tunnel because there'd be nothing to, you know, put it up against or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Don't know what I'm trying to say, but let's put this bad boy in. Airline get in the way. Shot of money. Look at that. Cool. So that's that. You know, I'll explain to him why it's not done. But honestly, he's a smart dude. He knows how to fab stuff. He can probably figure that out. So, probably gonna leave it to him. We'll see. Unless he wants to bring it back, but it's getting crazy. You know, you just gotta put the pedals in yourself and figure out the little piece of floor that's left, which is gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy. But that looks good there now. So, taco time. So, the Dano Roadster is gone. Sad day. But it's okay. I might see it here. I think my buddy's painting it, so that might be nice. The bodywork and paint, so he can ask me any questions. And I can get it fitted again correctly. So, when Dano dropped off the next car, which I'm going to show you, dropped off a bunch of parts. I put most of them upstairs already. Put like stock 36 stuff. Pedals, e-brakes, a whole front end over here. It's fully rebuilt, which is kind of cool. Might throw it under something I got. Another set of brakes, Fat Man front, lower control arms and springs, rear bones. I snuck in here. I don't know if you can see them. There they are. But the 35, 36 ones, the nice ones. What else? A whole bunch of stuff. A couple radiators. Just good parts. And you know, he's got no house right now. He's, you know, not that he's homeless, obviously not homeless. He's just got an apartment or something, I don't know, townhouse, something like that. So he didn't have space to put any extra stuff. So anytime he gets extra stuff, he kind of gives it to me. And, you know, if I sell something, I give him a cut of what I sell it for. And, you know, stuff like that. We work together. But the next project we got going on is this guy right here. And you might be saying to yourself, well, okay, well, it's just a 36 two-door sedan slantbacks, nothing that crazy, nothing that interesting, but what we're doing with this is going to be cool and interesting. So what we are doing with this is doing a 3-window conversion. So we're going to chop this thing up and make it a 3-window. So that's going to be cool. You know, the body's not terrible. The bottom of this door is pretty good. Needs, you know, there, the front cowl section. It needs a floor, I think. Yeah, it's all rotted by the rails, but it's got the hood in there. It's got the rear fenders, front fenders, running boards, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff needs repairs, but it's all there. The roof looks decent, even though we're using only from like here forward. Looks good, you know, not bad. Frame's been gone through at a friend of mine's shop, Double Clutch Garage. Check them out on Instagram. And so this thing runs and drives, but we need this. I need to put this on. He didn't have a pedal, and I had one, so I said, what the heck, why not, why ship this to you when I can just put it on myself when he brings the car? So that's what I'm going to do. And get this all bolted up here and hopefully drive this thing down the road, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, so I should probably go in and get something. Speak, Travis, speak. Socket, wrench. No. Oh, good thing I got long arms. There we go. Oops. That's not good. All right. Okay. Gas pedals on. Gas pedals on. Let's hook the battery up and see what happens. I hope he set it up as negative ground, because that's how I'm going to hook the battery up. And we'll see what happens. A lot of crap in here. Try to shove it all in the back, so I got room to sit on this little piece there. Well, I got it on. Okay. I think the choke, well, it's not set right. The idle, okay, the idle's not set right. Once I put the pedal on there, it's pulling everything back too far, so I gotta adjust that. So let me go do that. Success! Finally! Oh my God, I got a project car here that runs. How crazy is that? How crazy? I can work on this car, I can do the metalwork, and I can also drive it. Oh, great day, great day. All right, back today. So as you can see, we got the 36 in here, which is nice. I love the fact that this thing runs. I might switch spaces with the 37, just so, you know, this is easier to get out of here if I need to, because I just turn it on and drive it out. So I think this is gonna replace that, to switch spots. I gotta move a new compressor. I don't know if I showed you. I did a little deal with my buddy Tim, and I got this 80-gallon compressor, the motor and the pump. It was all together. I took it apart with him at his house, and when he bought it, he heard it run before he took it apart. So I know the thing works. I just gotta hook it up, and you know, it shouldn't be a problem. I just gotta move stuff around so I can put it where I want it, because I don't want it where the compressor is now, right there. That was just a temporary spot, kind of centrally located. So I'm either gonna take that one home. I'm probably gonna take that one home, unless Tim needs it. I'll let him use it. I wanna put it in here, and then, like, you know, block the stairs off, and maybe put foam everywhere. Block this off too, maybe put a door. You know, just keep that in here and quiet, because I know that one is definitely going to be louder than this guy. This is supposed to be a quiet tech. 80% quieter. It was when I first got it, and I don't, either I'm just getting used to how quiet it is, or it's gotten louder. Not sure. But in other news, I got the heat in the front office working. Oh, I already feel it walking in here. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, heat it up quick. So the heat blaster from both of those. So yeah, Kelly can really start redoing this room now that this heat. So the problem was, everything was hooked up, it was wired up, it had propane line hooked to it. But let's go look at it. It, you know, so there's a unit there, a propane line. The black one there runs inside that pipe. It tees into the same one that feeds my shop one. But this one, apparently the electricity was wired over and into that bay. So I'm guessing, which I would do the same, they shut the breaker off so they weren't paying for my electricity running a heater. So I wired it to my side. We're good now, 'cause the propane's on my side. Electricity's on my side now. We're good. So you hear it kick on just now? So front office is heated. This is heated. We're good. I'm gonna set it low. I have a high now just to test it. I know it works. It smells like heat. Feels like heat. It's nice. So, oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it low and try to keep these doors shut. I gotta get a handle for this door so we can keep this shut, because I don't think this seals very well around the whole door. That's pretty much my main concern, is I don't know how well that seals itself. So shut as many doors as possible. I gotta fix this hole. They had a pellet stove heater because they couldn't figure out that heating unit was wired to the other shop. So now we got it running, it's working the way it's supposed to. The way the building was designed to work. Not to blast a hole in the wall and put a pellet stove in. That's, yeah, it's over there. Yeah, not the way it's supposed to be done. So now it's good. My bathroom in here is gonna be nice and warm now. It's not gonna be freezing every time I have to go to the bathroom. Nice. Making moves. Slowly but surely, making it nicer in here. I don't know what those do. Hey, we have light. Should have turned the light on. Oh, this is the fan. Yeah, that's the fan. I don't know what this is. Closet light? No, I don't know what that is. Whatever. Back to work. All right, so I didn't, you know, record me getting the compressor in there, but it is in there. I have the pump and the electric motor on the tank. The pump was very difficult. I had to attach my little lifting strap here to one side, and the other side I like hooked on one of these. Then I went up there, reached down, grabbed it, and then pulled it up onto here. I had this out here, pulled it up and set it on top, and then I kind of, you know, set it in place and bolted down. So it's in place. Got this box that was attached to it, screwed to the wall, wired back in here, wired back in this guy. all I really need is for it to have power, and we should be cooking with grease. Maybe redo this end here, because this end is not the style I use, but I do have this, so maybe I'll just switch this on my hose and use that. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited to get that big ass compressor running. I can use it for so much longer, and I think it'll probably hold the pressure I need while using tools constantly, I hope, and it'll definitely be enough for the sandblaster, which is going to be great. So yeah, heading home early. I got to take my dog to the vet, so didn't get any actual work done. I moved that, and I'm just moving stuff around the shop. It's still a mess, but that's what happens. Some days you need to just clean up and organize some things, even though it really doesn't look like I did anything. I did. So, and I fixed the heat. So that was another thing I did. So, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully get something done. I want to knock that hood out, get this done. So that's probably the plan for tomorrow. All right, so I'm going to take care of these small holes from the hood ornament. Not take care of this one or this one because it's getting cut out. But these two on the side, I think might interfere with the panel. So I just took my Roper Whitney punch and did it to the biggest setting, which is like a 32nd above quarter inch, and dig corresponding drill bit. And this did not really need to be hogged out that much. I think I just had to go around the hole a little bit. And yeah, this just needs a fusion weld. So as you can see, there it is. And you hammer and dolly it into place, and it pretty much flattens and expands into the hole. And then hopefully, if everything goes right, you can just fusion weld it in. But sometimes, since these holes are old, the edges might get a little thin. I think there's one spot on this one which I think is going to blow out, so I'm going to have to get some filler. So I think I'm going to grab some before I even do that one. This one seemed okay, so I'm just going to go for this one. And same thing like always, you don't just want to go for it and just, you know, buzz it around. Because if you start and you just move around this way, say, this side, if you're going over here, it's going to shrink and move. So it's going to go up and it's going to mess everything up. So tack, 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 even planish, you know, if you want to treat every patch the same. Even if you're doing a small little, you know, little circle patch to fill a hole, treat it the same way or it's gonna come out crappy. Okay, tack on all four corners, let it cool a little bit, and then we'll planish it and then go around it again. I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna try it. I think I can do it. This one over here. It worked. Cool. So, like planish, light. Don't want to make that a high spot. All right, that's what they look like after welding. Not much. And you know, probably gonna cut through half of it anyway, but you know me. I like to just try and do things right. Try. That's all we can do is try our best. I think I need to shrink in here in the front still. And up here, a couple high spots I want to take care of. Bring the shrinking disc out again, you know, get after it. All right, so while I'm waiting for customer to tell me where he wants to terminate this little peak here, because as you probably know from last time, I made this piece to, you know, end this peak, go the peak the whole way, but now I'm looking at it, I think it looks too long. I don't think it needs to go all the way, but you know, it's not my hood, so I gotta give them options. So I was thinking it kind of terminates here before it changes to this, so I put that there and I sent them a picture of that. I kind of like the look of that because it's this much space here and kind of the same actually. And I also sent them a picture covering this hole, which I think actually covering that hole is the right width, you know, same distance, it ends. Just leave it there and kind of nose this, you know, get rid of that, shave it. I think that's where it's at. Well, we'll see. Yeah, you don't want to go the whole way. I think that's fine. Because if there's nothing here, there's really no point to this bead. And if it doesn't go all the way to the end, there's really no point. So I think here is the money maker right there. So wait on this, but I want to take this transmission back out, make a template of the oil pan so I can cut out this X member. All right, so I think this is just sitting here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out. Then we can try and figure out the footprint of this transmission so we can cut out the X member correctly and enough and not have to put this in and out and in and out and in and out a million times. We can just do it once. It's gonna be in and out a million times, but I don't want to have to put it in and out 2 million times. 1 million is enough. All right. I know we need to go 9 inches back from where it was mounted originally. So where this mount is, this bolt hole, it's got to go back 9 inches. So I know where it's going to go. How it's getting there is probably another story. Using all of my jack stands on this project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. I gotta have something I can put this on. So I'm gonna just put the tail shaft on this guy. Just so I got some place to hold the damn thing. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to put, piece of cardboard here. Just go around the whole thing. Try to shove it back as far as I can to see if we can even get in the ballpark without totally messing up the X member. Which I think we can. I think I have seen it done on the old interwebs. Okay, let's get some cardboard. Okay, I think this Sharpie offset is gonna be like perfect to like compensate for, more extra space. Oh, no. Okay, let's cut this out, see if I messed up or not. I saw this on the ham. I forgot who did it, but thank you to whoever did this. Show me to just make a template of the oil pan. A lot easier to figure out, how much space something's taking up without having the thing taking up the space. Ow, neck hurts. Ow. Jeez, why is it so hard to cut cardboard? Come on. Maybe because they're shit scissors. Okay, got it. Okay, that's definitely good enough. Let's see if I can try and find out where the mount holes are. Well, they're just gonna be straight back. It's in the center. Ooh, the center. Where is the center? Guess I need to figure that out. It's not gonna work either. It's still in the way. Yes, I can do this. That's inaccurate. Well, I guess. Okay, that's easy. 6, right? No, that's not right at all. It's offset to the right. Why is this so hard to find the center of this stupid thing? Guess I'm gonna have to have this floating so the block is not in my way. Okay, that's the center. Yeah. Now, we look at this. See how messed up it is. So, 9 inches back from the center of these holes is, of course, right in the hole. I wonder how much of the pan is exposed, or how much of the pan is inside this channel, or if none of it is. I gotta find that out, because if none of it is, I have a little bit more room, but still not very much. Yeah, I don't have very much room. All right, so probably gonna take this off because it's kind of useless. So 9 inches back would be front of the block at front of the cross member. I can get this back 7 inches. So it's 2 inches in front of the cross member, which I don't know if that's the end of the world yet until I get a pan on that engine. Once I get a pan on that engine, I can just kind of float it, kind of where it should be, 2 inches forward from the cross member, and then we can I can kind of assess from there if that's going to be okay. But yeah, a lot of thinking and figuring out, because I don't want to cut this X member yet and then it doesn't, like, I cut it too far forward, so I either got to cut it more or I cut it too much. I will check on that post on the ham again, because I think he had a small block with a 200R4 in it, and if I can look at his cross member where he cut and it's like, the same-ish, I think I might be all right. I should look at Dave's 5-window chassis with the small block Ford, but I think accessories used to leave the same amount of room depending if it's a small block or a small block Ford, small block Chevy, big block. I think the accessories take up the same amount of room. I don't think there's craziness there. So if he's got like 2 inches of room at least on the front, he's got to have at least 3, then I think I'll be all right. Let's go check that out. Before we go, I'll just show you. This is, kind of where it will sit. And remember, this is oversized, so it's touching right now, but it won't touch, when the actual transmission's in there. So cut this corner out. I don't know if you can see the green Sharpie line. Rough cut there. Another, triangle-ish shape there. This is going to come out and probably move the whole thing back. Utilize these holes that are already there, but just back where it should be. Get the ruler and find out how much room he's got here. Yes, this is not a Mustang 2 front, but front of the engine's actually in the center of this axle, so it's kind of the same. Ooh, he's got no room there. He also has a mechanical fan though, and mechanical fans take up a lot of room. Yeah, he's got about a ½ an inch, roughly. I can't really measure it, but yeah, 3/4 of an inch. So, but to his belts, he's almost got 4 inches. So, 2 inches forward, I think we'll be okay. I think he'll be fine. Because that you know, the transmission pan's just too big, and I don't think I want to get into making a whole new X member, and I really don't think it's gonna affect the balance of anything. Again, like I said, I gotta wait until I get a pan on this car, put it on, get it in there, see if I can even fit it as far forward as we're gonna be, which is not that bad. It's going from 9 inches forward to only 2 inches in front of the cross member. We'll see. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything more on this, because I don't like modifying things and doing things when I don't have all the parts to make sure I'm doing it right. So I'm probably just gonna stop doing anything on this. That's really all I can do. I guess I could weld the shock mounts on. I think these are the shock mounts. I have one clamped up here. I know last video I was talking, I think they were. You know, just put a long bolt in there and that. It cycles, it does its thing. I think it's right. And you know what? I'm just gonna make it right. What else is this for front suspension? The whole thing's on. Everything's there besides the shock mount. So, you know, those are the shock mounts now. Need my hammer. Alright guys, so I got a pretty big headache right now. I don't know why. Really? I knock it in that good? Wow, that sucks. Okay, this sucks. Wedge stuck in the machine. I've had them stuck before, but usually they were, you know, when I didn't have any stick out, I could just, you know, I couldn't hit it. Come on. Huh. I cannot. Well, this sucks. Well, that sucked. I got it out. That was stuck in there, something awful. I don't know why, but it's time to hammer some stuff. Little piece this time, just a little 10.5 by, I don't know, 5? Yeah. Use my glove, because you gotta be oily anyway. Might be a little too much. I'll clean it up with a rag. All right, I'm just gonna, you know, go pretty aggressive on this. I gotta get a lot of shape down in bottom area, so when I put some form into it, I don't take the shape totally out of it. So alright, look at that. Alright, so I got this front nose piece shaped up, and I'm gonna put the termination of this crest in first, because I think it's gonna be easier. I don't have to worry about this front edge so much until I put this piece in. So I think that'll work out nice. Yeah, I don't really think this needs a witness mark. I was gonna put one on there, but it's kind of self-explanatory at this point. Okay. Yeah, I think it's go after it. You know, cut this with a cutting wheel. That's gonna be the most accurate without deforming the bead. Ow! 3 pieces in my eye. I wonder why. No glasses. Get your glasses on. Wouldn't be able to see and make an accurate cut if I was wearing stupid glasses. All right, now to just file fit this in, and then tack it in place, and it should be time to go. Just in time, right? We're working on this Chevy hood, as you can tell, putting some hours into it. A lot of shrinking, you know, beating, sanding. Once I cut this little piece out of the center, it like, the hood went all sorts of crazy. So after I welded it up, I had to do a lot of shrinking in this area and in this area, and there it is. It's all set. We put this, we terminated the bead here, same distance as it is from here to there. So that's all set, and that looks good. It doesn't look odd. I had it coming out of here first, and it was kind of weird looking, but I like it the way it is. That's all set. What did I do? I welded the shock mount up on both sides, so that's all set. I gotta wait until I get my hoist back to the shop because I swapped the transmission in the roadster pickup. It's a long story there. I swapped the transmission, and like the next day, this is a very short one. You know, the rear main seal let go, so most of the oil came out on the way to work, and I did an oil change. I figured I had the wrong oil in it. Put new oil in it, put some oil stabilizer thickener stuff in there, and drove it home, and it emptied out almost all the oil by the time I got home. So it's parked now. I'm not touching it. You know, this is right after I had the motor out, so not too happy with it right now. But my hoist in the jack is there, so that's preventing me from putting on this oil pan. Finally, for this guy to, you know, I can set the height. So once I get the pan on, then I think I'm gonna start cutting the stuff out of here so I know where I can set it back and down, where the height, that height can be, and where this height is, you know, stuff it back. And it's gotta go back more, but it's looking good. I gotta do that. These notches are actually for that, and you know, they're just sitting on here to get an idea, but the notches should be here either probably next week for this, and then I can do the notches, set the 4-link, and then I can pretty much get this as a roller and swap the body, which will be cool. We can set it down on the ground instantly once we put the body on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the rear floor out a bit for the notch, but other than that, we're gonna get the look of the car just instantaneous. It's gonna be cool. I love doing that. It's almost like a mock-up where like things happen quickly. So we just swap the chassis and it's gonna be a totally different car. Like, it just looks like a 37 Cabriolet right now, but once it goes on this chassis and this chassis is all set, it'll look like a hot rod or tail dragger, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna look cool, so I'm excited for that. And Jacob is back with us. He is not here today. He might be here Friday. Today's Wednesday. I didn't record anything Monday, Tuesday for some reason, but he was here. Monday was kind of, you know, talking about the business and this, so his role in the business, this, that, and the other thing. And yesterday, and teaching him on Monday. Tuesday was a little bit of work here, so I figured since this stuff for the 36 is getting blasted next week after Thanksgiving, we can work on some things that need fixed now, and it won't really affect anything. So there's a couple pinholes here. He repaired that, and there's a brace that goes right here. Not saying this patch doesn't matter, but if it's not exactly to my standards, it's fine as long as it's strong, because it's getting, you know, essentially covered. The same with this, because this is the inner portion, so the body is going to come over it like this. As long as it's the right shape and it's, you know, welded on there to my specs, you know, I'm fine with him doing this kind of repair for now until he gets comfortable to do the show side of things. So I have him doing some of that stuff. And yeah, so tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so it's probably, this video is probably going to come out a week after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you guys had a great time with your families, relaxed a bit, didn't have to run around working on cars, you know, getting stressed out. Just relaxed, filled yourself up, and had a great time, because you know I will. I love Thanksgiving. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, I am thankful for every single one of you guys. Even the guys who comment stuff that I don't quite like. Still thankful for you for watching, because that helps. Even the bad comments help, so thank you. All right, I'll be back hopefully Friday and show you guys what's going on. And you'll see Jacob again, which is great. You guys love Jacob. So, all right, I'll see you guys right after Thanksgiving. All right, we're back.
Back.
Jacob's back. I'm going to be working on this 37 Ford Cabriolet Custom chassis. That guy, his chassis. The one it's on is mine, so I need to put this on his nice fancy chassis. Just got the notches in from Bellows. Check it out. What's up? Todo locochon. So I got scared at first. These were all shrink wrapped up, and I assumed there was just 2 of them because they're not thin, but they're thinner than any normal notch I've ever gotten. They're thicker than the frame size still, so they're fine. Don't worry about that. Not knocking these at all. I just thought they were thicker, so I thought there was only 2. I'm like, dude, they sent you enough for one side. I was freaking out, but I opened them and they're all here. The only thing that is missing, unfortunately, I think, I'm not quite sure yet if there's a different way to do these, but it looks like we're missing 2 of the top caps, I think, because it should take 3 pieces of metal per side, per notch. You would take 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 there. So that would be 6 pieces per side, which is 12, and there's only 10 of these that came wrapped up. So I'm assuming I'm short, but that's fine. I'll cut them myself and put them in. Simple mistake. At least I don't have one side like I thought I did, so that's good. And it's cool. It's got a notch here to help your string level. To center these, that's a nice touch that nobody else does. So yeah, let's start cleaning these frame rails up, making sure the frame is level. So when I level these tops, everything's all G. Yeah, getting this back to square because I've moved it a couple times and since I worked on it last, so I had to verify everything's still good, and then we'll start putting those notches in. Then I can start making the things for these 4 links, make sure everything's all set up good, and we'll, you know, throw that on hopefully this week. Jacob's over there working on this 36, the rear floor section, getting these bumper mount areas all, you know, sewed up, and then we're gonna send it to blast. I know I keep saying that, I keep saying it. This week it's gonna go. So finally get that off, and then it'll be taking up 1 spot, and I can have my fab table back. So yeah, let's get to work. That's one. Time to cut the other one and then fill the holes. Alright, so I got the four link? No, I didn't do that yet. The notch almost done. Jack the rear end back up. Front, I notched out for the transmission. You can see I cut the X, the bottom of the X there. So that's kind of sitting where it belongs. I'll have to relieve some of this where it's touching and trim some of that, but that's no big deal. And motor mounts are trimmed out. I just need to weld them in. This is almost, yeah, pretty much a shot of money right there. So now we just put wheels on one side. We're gonna see how it is. We're gonna bring the jack around the front, jack up that
cool.
wheel, see how low we can get that front. Just see what it looks like.
That's tail dragger right there.
Hell up in here. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's jack that. You don't need lugs on that.
Not really. Can't tell if it's ice or if it's just slush. That's ice. You're jacking up the frame now.
I have been.
Yeah.
Since the shock's on there.
Oh, it's like, actually, yeah, I tried to do that too. It doesn't work too good.
Please, don't fall.
It's low, man.
We get the gist. Yeah.
Can you see me stand on?
Good. Sick.
I can't wait to get that on this.
The body on it, yeah. It's gonna change the whole color.
It's gonna look so much better.
Alright, back in a nice room.
This is like cutting out.
This is maybe when I jacked up the thing.
You jacked it up and made it low on that side?
I think this somewhere wasn't supposed to be. I really don't think that was, but we're here.
Rain washers. Just put washers, dude.
Like underneath or something?
No, don't do that probably.
Yeah, I can. Fuck.
It's
I
hacky.
didn't put one in there.
Does it only have 3 tacks on it? It's kind of getting to a lot of tacks. That's why Model A's are so nice. You just make it flush with the top of the frame rail and mount.
Bad about the doors. I'm looking. Climb back into that and then check them out.
Yeah, no problem. It's like a skim coat. This one here is down the road.
Get it? Oh, kind of.
Bottom, the skim's good.
Kind of, bro.
You're not separating. Before you send it to blast. I said you weren't separating those before it goes to blast, right?
No. I'm not doing that at all.
Okay.
That's not.
That's what the skins are nice.
Yeah, 32 3 window, I do that too. 30, 33, 34 3 window, I'll do that. But not a budget build.
Yeah.
Okay, that shows fucking mint. I'll just go by the bubble then. That might be the problem. I did this. Oh, it's like.
What is it, like 1 degree?
It's just right on the other side of that. Okay. So I'll do that.
Oh man, the jack.
I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, give me the hammer. Down a touch. It's gonna be tough.
I'm probably gonna end up going back up. Up's more easy to control.
Yeah.
That go down?
No. Oh yeah.
Up.
Yeah, a little bit. No, down. Sorry. One more? Hey. Where was? Pretty much, yeah. It's just the slightest move changes.
Below where it was.
Changes that bubble. It's no.
Yeah, no, this was low. That side was high.
What the fuck?
It was low, remember? Because I was like, what, we jacked this up and this went down?
It's on the left side of the bubble.
Yep.
I mean, the left side of the thing.
This is saying that
Just
this.
about. Yeah, okay. Wherever.
We're within half a degree now, if it's that close.
Yeah.
Is this like the exact same one you borrowed for a little while?
Yeah, we're rolling. This is going to have to be cut up. Actually, no. That'd be good. Yeah, I mean, alright, take 2. Right spot this time. Okay, weld it time.
What time?
Welding.
Final weld?
That's not right. You know what? Let's take this out if I can get in there. Not make an ugly weld or burn up my engine up.
Are they not both through now?
No, they're both. But,
Those nylocks?
yeah, but once you use them twice, you can hold the bottom up.
It's fucking hot. Grab it.
Glue on. A glue on.
Sorry, camera.
Right in front of it?
Oh, directly.
Hey, that's the fastest jack.
Yeah, it is.
Jump.
That'll happen.
Pull it back on it.
Yep. The side doesn't roll is good.
Alright, put it in.
Yeah. This shit ain't going nowhere.
Smells like,
Heat spirit?
no, it smells like turncoat. Turncoats. It smells like turncoats.
Shit. I don't like it.
What are turncoats? Switch sides from where? From the south to the north? Or the north to the south?
I think that was before that.
Oh yeah, that was like revolutionary.
That was people that like were living in America. They were colonizers, and then they were like, "Oh, I'm British." Like British like sympathizers, I think, were turncoats.
I'm a
bastards. That's what it was.
You know what I am? I'm a Nickelback sympathizer.
I'm a Nickelback sympathizer.
Not my favorite band by any means, but
no,
they're not bad.
You don't deserve the hate that they get.
Yeah. Alright, so today's been not a lot, but a few time lapses. Trying not to turn the camera on as much just because I'm trying to get more work done than I am trying to focus on YouTube. I'm sorry guys. I'm just trying to get my business. I'm trying to do better on my business rather than do better on YouTube. I tried to do better on YouTube a while ago. Didn't really do much. So I still want to do it. I still want to keep you guys updated on all the projects and stuff in here. But I got to really focus on my business more. That reliably makes me more money. So I'll show you what's going on. So we got the motor mounts in, welded up. You saw me doing that. So those are welded. They have to be notched around the cross member and all that junk. Got that welded up, leveled out, money shot. Transmission, I think I showed you guys this already, but whatever. I'll edit it out if I did. I'm gonna trim this, trim that, trim a little bit here maybe, and it's gonna go down 3/16 of an inch because it's sitting on that little angle piece I got there, because there's a hole in this piece. So I gotta modify the back piece that's over there and north of the hammer to fit back in, but then I need to close up this piece because the big hole that was in it for, I guess, lightning purposes, I needed to mount it now. So I need to fill that in, drill a couple holes in it, and that'll mount the transmission. But right now things are clearing. I still might need to trim. You can see the hole right here. It doesn't need to be there because I need to screw something into there. So I gotta get that figured out tomorrow because Jacob went to steel place in the morning and tried to get some steel. I don't know why they're not better with their walk-in customers. Every time I walk in, the shit's ready like 2 days later, and it's so annoying when I just need like a piece of steel cut once. I don't need any crazy fabricated, I just need material, and like they're so slow. So he got that and actually called later on today, said it was ready, which was good. So tomorrow morning we'll grab that, and he's actually designing right now in the office. He's got the plates that we're doing here. He made them out of cardboard, and he's transferring them now to the computer to put them in the CAD program. Once we get that material, same with that, we're gonna cut them out on the plasma table, hopefully. I'm having a bunch of issues with this, and I think it's just because all my things that I'm trying to cut are too small right now. So like all my bridges are just blowing through, and the machine's like crashing once in a while, which kind of sucks. I think it's because I have such a small intricate piece. If it's just doing like a square or something, or just a normal shape without any weird things in it, or so close together, I think it'll be fine. I don't know. It's just been, I've been having some issues with this, but I think it's all my fault because I don't know how to run one. So we're figuring that out. And so hopefully tomorrow we'll have the file ready. We can cut those for those brackets. Probably cut a piece out to fix the bottom there, or just make a new piece, not have to weld anything. That'll be cool. Might have to make a couple brackets for the shock mount. We'll make the cap for this on the plasma, just, you know, just a rectangle. It's not that hard. So yeah, that's gonna come in handy now. And this should be a roller tomorrow. I don't think there's anything stopping us once we get material and we can do some magic on that plasma table. We'll be rocking and rolling. We got this guy off the table, as you saw. Jacob extended this dolly, so you know it'll take his whole body on a small little dolly there, but you've got that figured out. We might have to put some legs on the bottom there when we put it on the trailer, because that 2x3 is kind of like bending a little bit, and I don't want to crack it off when we're bouncing down the road. And that is kind of the plan tomorrow. Go straight to Tractor Supply, rent a trailer, come here, load this stuff up, load all the fender, well, there's only rear fenders we're blasting, but rear fenders, the rear section to the body, the floor section, the dash, harness moldings, doors, that kind of stuff, deck lid. And then we can really start rocking and rolling on this 5-window. I know I've said that a million times, but this time I actually mean it, because there's going to be nothing stopping us from fixing it, because it's all blasted nice metal. So that's hopefully going to get done tomorrow, if I can use the Honda or not to tow a trailer. Not sure yet, got to talk to Kelly. So that's that and this. And I have been working on finishing up this quarter. I got it all finished welded, I guess you would say. I didn't metal finish it out. This is extremely thin, so it's a mess here. I tried to do as even a weld as I can around here, but it's still a mountain range. So there's gonna be a lot of time in me finishing out this weld, but after that, it's done for me. I've done enough on this quarter. So yeah, that's it for that. I do have to put a little piece in here, but that's not a big deal. I might even fill that with weld, to be honest. Then let's go check and see what Jacob is doing over here.
Wow.
What's what?
Whenever I click this,
It's selecting it.
Oh, it plays a video. But CAD stuff.
So transferring that.
Making this like really detailed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so we're cutting Jacob's design for the trans mount. We're doing it in 18 gauge first to make sure everything's all G. Just gonna
see what happens.
Okay. Again, busted. Okay. Don't you know that, like...
Home is off the table now.
How does it not... What?
What just happened?
Oh, is that where the middle's supposed to be? I don't like that. I want the middle over here. Hold on. I want to change that to the corner. How do I change the setup? Could you do that in your thing?
What? I don't even know what the...
Where it starts. You have it starting in the middle of the part. So if I'm over here, it wants to go up over here.
No, I started it from the origin.
Which is over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because when I made the first rectangle, I just started here and then made it go out. Oh, so it has the starting the cut in the middle.
Oh, yeah, thinks that is the middle. And that's not the middle, this is the middle, I guess. Okay.
Okay. That actually. I plugged it in. Why is it doing that? Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't move the material, so.
It cut the holes from the outside. Those are supposed to be from the inside. Okay.
Well, let me see if my holes even line up.
It's right. Oh, okay, I guess so.
Wait, what do you mean I cut the holes from the outside?
You cut the holes, those two lines are supposed to be on the inside so they don't show on the part.
I know, why is it?
All right, couple issues, not a huge deal. Holes are a little too big. Two of the holes on the top don't quite line up, so we gotta figure out the correct dimension for those. And it was cutting, so when you cut a hole with a CNC plasma, you kind of have tails. So you pierce inside the hole, go to the edge of the hole, cut around and come back into the center so you don't have lines in your material, cut lines in the good stuff. The two center oval holes, it started in the material, went to the hole and back out of the material, so that's not good. We gotta fix that. And then the fact that it cut the holes twice, that was odd. We gotta figure that out. Man, I thought the CNC plasma thing was easy. Everyone makes it look like buy a plasma, make a file, plug it in, cut it. Not even close. Or at least I'm just really stupid. Either one, it could be the case. So let's try to figure out how to do this right this time and try it again. Well, at least we tried it in sheet metal, so we didn't ruin good thick material. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the rectangles for the tops of these C-notches. So yeah, let's do that while we're doing nothing. Stop running over your cords. Oh, this ain't gonna work. Come on. How long is this thing? All right, I had to move the table out from the wall to fit this stupid piece of metal in there, but now that I'm in there, you know, right tight up against the car, great, never have enough room. And now I'm going to shape library here and select one of these, size 1, 8.85 by 2.2, there it is. Okay, that's what I want. 8.25 by 2. Okay, now, actually, I gotta figure out the cut speed for this material. I think it should be slow enough. Cut speed and arc, so I gotta figure that out first.
You want to go to hold the 0.4.
It did it, but holy crap, it crashed.
Yeah, it was touching the material again.
Why does it do that? Where's up and down again? No. Jesus fucking. Let's just hit the thingy. Oh, right in the water. Well, I'll cut the other one.
Oh, that smells good. Do you have the USB stick?
It's in the computer.
Oh, is it? I didn't know if you had to have it in while you're printing.
No, this is from their cut library, so.
Alright, I'll go rename that so we'll hopefully set it up correctly this time. It doesn't cut the hole twice.
Look at that. Look at that. Crash. Crash doing a straight line. Stupid machine. That's ridiculous. Now I can't even do this rectangle on that piece because it moved the material. Like, why does it crash? Come on. Try that. Great. Trip the breaker. Look at that. This is what I've been dealing with the whole time. Either it crashes or it pops the breaker. Like, dude, come on. How do you expect that to get? How the fuck? Ow! 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 Damn it. It sucks. So, because of the crash, the same width, but one is significantly shorter. So hopefully that's not an issue. Hopefully this one's a little long and I can compensate it. But just a top cap at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. But you know, could have done a better job of the cut wheel. So we'll see. I know it seems like I'm bashing this machine, and I kind of am. I've had nothing but issues with it. And if they want an honest review, I'm giving it to you. That's not to say don't get the machine. I obviously don't know what I'm doing. So maybe in a couple months, we'll be rocking and rolling, and this thing will be working well. But right now, it's just problem after problem. And that's probably because we don't know what we're doing. So we'll see. But right now, I'm aggravated. All right, so here's the adjusted one. So this is for a 700 R4 or 200 R4. I know definitely for a 200. Putting it in a 35 to 40 chassis. So look at that. If anyone needs one,
yeah, we can just
email me. I'll cut you out one. But that's definitely 200 R4 with a small block in a 35 to 40 chassis. Oh, yeah, you're gonna put it in, right?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Work. And I'm gonna work on capping these tops. I had these cut, and I'm just gonna cap that. Nice. Be done with it.
You want the nuts on the top or the bottom?
Yeah, top. In case he bottoms out somehow, it just rubs on the round part and not the nut. Yeah. And so to get the plasma cutting working best, we ran a 220 circuit, and now we're running the plasma cutter off of the 220 plug. So now I can actually go up to 40 amps. Well, it's off, but I go up to 40 amps on it, do the cut speed like normal. It's not blowing breakers because the plasma is on its own 220 circuit, and this table really doesn't pull any power. It's just a couple servos. It's still having a crashing issue, which we don't know what that's about, but we hit number 8 and that turns off the torch height control, so it doesn't adjust height as it's going, which is a nice feature, but it's just not working. This cut, we were trying to do it on 110. It was blowing a circuit every 4 inches, and I had to have it on super low. It had to be on 25 amps, and it was just really not cutting well. That's why I decided to just put it on its own circuit, be done with it. Should have done it from the start, but so we got nice straight cuts now, rocking. So now he's gonna bolt that in, and then next he's gonna finish his files. He made some files for these supports I was talking about before. So So we're gonna cut those on sheet metal first to verify them, and then go from there. Do you have the trans jacked up?
No.
That's why. Because it's spreading the X member.
Oh, I was gonna say, this is like a little bit far away. What the hell?
Yeah.
They line up perfectly, and now they don't
Yeah,
work.
that's
Now it's butter.
Yeah, it should be fine now. All right, so we're back in the shop, and I'm gonna give you a little update on what's going on with the 37 Cabriolet chassis. So I put on the new 4-link braces because they were just at the wrong angle. I know I was talking about them before, they were kicked out. They're level now. We put in these gussets that Jacob designed on the computer, and we cut out on the plasma. Everything's just tacked in right now, but we got that in. We got the 4-link bar here tacked to it. Rear end's where we want it. I have the, what do you call this? The upper shock bar tacked in place. It looks like the rear end is not centered, and it's actually not right now. But at ride height, which is probably going to be top of the axle at, you know, the bottom of the frame, that's when the axle is centered in the notch. Since these bars, since the axle pivots, the axle actually moves back and forth. So right now we're centered in the notch, but when it goes fully up, jack it up quick as you can, it moves forward. Look at that. That's geometry for you. So full droop, the wheel is going to be forward in the wheel well, but with skirts you'll never see it. But when it's at ride height, if he has the skirts off, it'll be centered. That's just how 4-links work. The longer link you have, the less the axle moves forward and backwards. And optimally, if this was going to be like a SEMA car or something like that, I would have the links parallel at ride height. So full droop and full extension, or full droop and full drop, it would only move slightly one way, because right now it moves center to forward. But I don't want to compromise floor space having the links through the floor some more. This is just a street car, not a performance car. This is not going to matter at all. So if you see that and you know about suspensions, this is a really nerdy suspension stuff, but it's not going to matter. Yes, it would be optimal to have those links up higher, but it's not how it's going. Better for floor space. Don't need to do anything stupid and crazy just to have the links at optimal, you know, performance. It's not a performance car. So yeah, other than that, I'm just going to put the shocks on, bolt the little mount they got there, and weld a tab to the top, then put a Panhard bar on it, and then I can blow it apart, weld everything together, put it all back in, and Bob's your auntie. Jacob has the correct trans mount in. We made a few of them.
Fortunately.
The first one here had the 2 holes right in the center, and it was not right, and these hole offsets were different. We went off a different trans mount that we thought was the same. The holes were, I think, 1.25 inches spaced apart. Then we made a second one, and I knew the holes had to be offset. We offset it too much, and now we were on number 3 where it's perfect. So that's good. Hopefully I can get all this stuff done, welded, and we can start cutting the floor out of that, unbolt the body, and drop it on later in the day. It's ambitious, but I think we can get it done. All right, too small. I got a bunch of these little spacer things. I gotta figure out which ones fit. These. Can I have a 9/16 socket?
Yep. No, 5/8.
It look like 5/8 to me. Yeah, that little bracket.
Where is it? These guys?
Yeah. So I gotta notch these, but I just want to do a test and see. Because they want it like this. but I think that's gonna be too, this is as low as it can go. It can go like an inch lower than this, but we're already like at lowest right now. We're like bottomed out, and that's not actually work. But I also think it's like leaning forward now. Yeah, I want to go like this, you know?
Yeah, so you can actually get travel out of it at the bottom.
And I can just do that, a little bit of that.
How do they want it?
They set maximum 25 degrees.
I mean, this piece? You want this to go like this?
Yeah, that's how it's designed. But like, well, yeah, probably underneath. But it's just, I don't have enough room on my notch. I have to go down here. Yeah. And then I have to have this mount even lower. It's just, this way is how I want it. So we gotta take the pipe, put it on there, and cut away. Should be all ready to go. Well, I can do this. You can continue practice. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Like a bunch of, you know, bolts on the beat pillars, bolts on there. We got bolts. Yeah. I gotta take the shit out of it. A lot of stuff. It's coming. Alright, let's try it.
I'm just trying to pick it up and I'm just...
I know, I'm just trying to see what the hell's going on. Too many caught in it. It's pretty tight, huh?
Why?
The front one? Yeah. It's close.
It's tight.
Oh, there's no holes on it. Across. There's some soup on board there.
This side?
Yeah. That's good. Keep going. Oop. If we can get close, we can stick a screwdriver in the hole and move it. And this one, same thing. This is screwdrivers. Like almost ready.
I might as well screwdriver there so it pivots on that a little bit.
A little more? Is it hitting anything? I have to.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, put a screwdriver in that hole. Actually, I'll give it to you. Tweak it. Alright, that's close enough. It's pretty much there. Get it down? I'm in. Cool. So we're there. But now, we can put fenders on.
Low.
And cut out. Oh, it's definitely low. Alright, so we got it down, we got the skirts on, we got one front fender on, and it looks cool, and it's not even chopped yet. Like, this looks bad bitchin', right, dude? Sick. Gotta cut a little bit of the floor for the rear end. Maybe make the trans tunnel a little bigger. Not sure yet, but yeah. Rad. Tires right there. If we need to go higher, there's adjustments. There's different levels to the lower mounts on these RideTech mounts, so I can adjust it, flip it up if we need to go higher. But I got it so it's hitting here. That's kind of the way I like them. Just as low as you can go. And I got this for a section on here. I might start assembling the other one just to get all the pieces in one place, but decent frame. The back half is decent. It's not terrible. Deck lid's not great though, but it's a start. These deck lids are almost impossible to find. That's it. All right, so a little bit has been done yesterday. I didn't record anything, but we got the chassis painted, POR 15. We got the rear end painted, and we got 4 links, control arms, sway bars, bag cups, all that kind of stuff, all sprayed up. So now it's kind of assembly time, and then we can drop the body back on after I make a few cuts, because the front of the rear end was hitting the floor and kind of raising it up, so I gotta cut that out a little bit. But other than that, I think it's all right. I did forget to do the Panhard bar, but that's no biggie. I can just grind off some of this paint wherever we decide to put it and then touch it up later. But I think that's it. We just forgot the Panhard bar, and then I'm waiting on fittings, air fittings, so when all the bags are in, you know, I can put it on the ground. Because right now when I put it on the ground, it's gonna sit on the ground and I can't do anything about it. Like I can't bring it back up because I can't get the jack under the car. So that wouldn't be good, so I gotta wait. They should be here today if they shipped them out yesterday, because it's only from Vermont, just a couple states away. So let's get going, assembling this thing, make it look like a car again.
That, or is that just the way it is?
Oh, that's the way it is.
Wow. Weirdly nice.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. I think I need to take the bar out.
What bar?
Back over there, I'll take it off. Cut the bar out. Put it back down. Oh, straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost. Yeah. Sweet.
Damn. Low.
Figure out the rest. We're gonna find this. I love 37s, dude.
Yeah, they're cool.
Shit.
They're underrated as fuck.
This and this.
You know what? Zephyr. Okay, it's a Zephyr.
It's just a Zephyr.
Yeah, just a 37.
So right now we gotta hold it on. It should be alright.
You want my help with that, or?
Nah, I think I can.
Weld things.
I'm gonna jack it up and
Get it in
shit
place.
get in there.
Christ, dude, when is this gonna get tight?
Never. Alright, so yes, this thing is badass. Really cool. So, what we're doing, well, I'll show you what's going on. We got the Panhard bar on. Looks like it hits the rear end, but it doesn't. And this is all the way down. It's all G. There's not too much movement either, so it's not like it's gonna swing to the right or left. Well, not gonna swing to the left at all. It's gonna swing this way a tiny bit, and it clears everything. It's all good. But this guy, we got the inner wheel wells. I had to cut some of the louvers to clear the control arms. So now I just took that section I cut off, raised it up. So now we just got little louvers over here. So it kind of looks like it was meant to be. Let's put this back in here. And that's like that. It clears the control arm. And we got intact louvers, so it doesn't look like some hack just cut up the inners to put this front suspension on. It's little stuff like this that'll set your build apart. So let me go and finalize these welds and grind them off, make them look nice. Jacob over here fucking shit up. He's
dropping studs over here.
Doing a head gasket on this guy. Very important. Every time you do head studs or even a head gasket, if you pull it off and you notice that some studs come out and there's no RTV on them, I would probably take them out, put RTV in them, put them back in.
Some of them are just wiggly too, and that's
the
same problem, because if there's any gap for air, there's a gap for water.
Yeah, because those go right into the water jackets, and you get coolant in your cylinders, which is not good. So we're fixing that. Yeah,
it's a very wet cylinder.
Gross. But we're gonna continue on the fab on this. So I'm gonna finish these up, and probably I gotta figure out what I need for metal here. I only got 19 gauge, and I'm not. You don't use 19 gauge on your floors. Usually use like 16 gauge, but you can get away with 18. Like this is going to be like a, you know, a cover for that. It's going to be a lot of bends, and I'll put a ton of beads in it, so I could probably get away with doing 18 gauge. So I got to cover that. I'll figure out what I need for that, and then I'll move on to probably starting to mark out and chop this cowl here. Some custom cool stuff. Starting slow with these. So, you know, I've talked about this before. That's how I like to start things. I like to start projects with small things just to get in the swing of things. And that's kind of what this is. I can always do this later, but I figured do a small thing right now, get it out of the way, and then we'll make a drastic change with chopping the windshield.